How we doing? Got the strangest pool I've ever seen today. Got a call from Wayne off the Off the Tools podcast. Said he's just moved into a house with a completely abandoned swimming pool. Just look at this thing. So this has been left since about 1990, possibly earlier. So it's half built, the walls are rendered, the floor's painted, but there's no fittings, there's nothing in here. That's not even been rendered. Then you go into the plant room, and this is all equipment from about 25 years ago, brand new. Never been touched, never been plumbed in, the original lights. This is all brand new stuff, but it never ever got done. So for 25, 30 years, it's just sat here. Look at that water, that's just disgusting. We got cracked pipes as well. Look at this sludge down the bottom. Oh my God. We're so up for restoring this though. We're going to send them a quote and hopefully they want us to get involved. But I'm going to need some help with this, so someone needs to tag the pool guy. Jump in for the next one. How we doing? Got another pool opening today. Winter debris covers on there. Summer covers wrapped up. Go ahead, get the pool running. Start the equipment. Once the equipment's on, let's get that cover off. A little bit of magic. Ooh, there she goes. Vac set's in, ready to go. Pool's a bit green. We'll probably get all the leaves out and then put some chemicals in to clear the green on it. Set the heat pump up, leave it running, get the dog out of the way, sort the cover out, fold that out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folds. Bit of shock, ladder out of the way, and we'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow checking in, seems alright. Vac out, that's not on fire, it's just steam coming off. Give it a little hoover to finish it off, and that's it. Jump in for the next one. Right, secrets of swimming pools number 1. So a lot of people ask us why we vacuum a pool when it looks perfectly clean like this. If you look a little bit closer, you'll actually see there's a lot of debris on the floor. This could be dead algae, dead chlorine, all manner of things. So we'll set up the vacuum and give it a clean out. That will get rid of all the particles on the bottom and leave the pool looking sparkling. Let me know in the comments if you want more secrets of swimming pools, and jump in for the next one. Cheers. How we doing? Got another opening for you today. Little pool. Luckily the customer's already taken the debris cover off. We'll pull the summer cover off and have a look. Have a look. Not too bad. A few leaves in there. There's a chlorine tablet in there. That definitely shouldn't be in there. Head to the plant room. We'll get it all set up in here. Put the plugs in. Plug in the pump, plug in the filter, get that heat pump started up, fill out the water just to prime it, get the vac set in, start vacuuming, get all those leaves out. It's still a bit off colour, put that where it's supposed to be. It's a little bit off colour, so we'll chuck some chemicals in, a little bit of shock, a little bit of chlorine as well. Don't need to go too mad. Should be fine, ready for the summer. Turns out this is an Airbnb, nice little area. Should maybe hire it out. Jump in for the next one, cheers. Right, secrets of swimming pools number 2. Whenever there's a hosepipe ban, people always come up with ingenious ways to fill their pool up. If you have a look at this one, there's a pipe under the coping stand, which then could be filled up when you turn it on at the house, so no one will see your hosepipe. It is clever, but with hosepipe bans, pools are exempt, so you don't need it. Jump in for the next one. How we doing? Got another opening today. It's quite a nice pool. Pool shed's full of all the inflatables, so I can't get in. Come on mate, move out the way. We'll get all the pegs up, get this cover off. This is like Super Saiyan speed. Once they're all out, we'll drag the cover over into the lawn, stretch her out, let her dry. Pool isn't too bad, plenty of leaves on the bottom. Start the equipment up, dodge the spiders again. Get that up and running. Forgot about the boiler drain off, whoops. Plant room's up and running, it's good. We'll start netting, get bits out from the top. Hang on, there's a leak there. Set the vac set up, get ready to hoover all this out. Start down the steps end, work our way down the pool. These are coming up nice and clean. Looking good already. Sometimes I have to empty the basket, that's when we have to stop, start again. Summer cover out, get that ready, put that cover away. That's your lot. Jump in for the next one. Cheers. How we doing? Got a good one for you today. This is the job I'm convinced has a ghost. So I first found this ghost by a complete accident. I'll set the vac set up like normal, vac plate, hose, pole, put it all in the water, plug it in into the skimmer, runs through the steps. I start vacuuming, and as I'm vacuuming around, out of nowhere, the pole will just hold. you go. That should just drop in the water and sink right now. It doesn't, it just holds. So there must be some sort of ghost here, because it just wants to vac itself. You see, I'll give this a little push it out. That should just sink, and it'll just hold. I think I'm going to call the ghost Susan, or maybe Karen. We'll call it Karen. There you go. Hold that, Karen. There's a big hole in the top as well, so there's no airlock, which people might suggest. So I can only put it down to being my assistant ghost, Karen. There you go, there's the hole. But she's friendly, so jump in for the next one. Cheers.
Question: when's the next green pool video?
Well, the answer's right now. How we doing? Been given a challenge by a customer. I've got to get this pool clean and heated in a week. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be green. Get here, and it's a pea soup. We'll lay the cover out, just let that dry. Go back and check the pool. Oh yeah, it's green. It's not quite Shrek Swamp just yet, but it's pretty green. Just check to make sure it's moving, which is good. We'll give it a net, connect the equipment up, start running the shock through. Shock will get to work to take the algae out, pat the cover away, get the brush out, start brushing. I'm going to start this one up, flock it, and then leave. Follow for part 2. The 7-day timer starts now. Jumping for the next one. How we doing? It's a day later and we're back at the green pool again. As you can see, it's pretty much all cleared and it's all gone to the bottom. That's the flock working. Plenty of leaves in there. Had to get them out as well. We'll get the vac to waste gear set up and hoover everything off the bottom. You can see how loose it is from the vac plate here. You have to be really careful putting it in to not make a cloud. Start the pump up and then start vacuum. There's going to be some clean lines on this one. I'm having to go really slow because it's kicking all the dust up around it, so I'm taking my time. I know it looks terrible, but a massive shout out for 100k. Get some close up of these steps. They're going to come up nice. It almost looks like skin on the floor. It's really weird. About halfway there, and I just keep noticing a little bit of a green patch underneath. This is where the shock dies, lays on top and protects the algae underneath it. So we need to switch heads with the brush, and then we'll start backing again. The brush will start to remove it. We'll do that across the whole pool. That's another one clear. Jump in for the next one.
How we doing? Got a late opening for you today. We'll get this equipment fired up, start her up, prime that pump up, get her running. She's a bit noisy at the minute though. We'll brush that cover off, see what we can get off. I think this whole pool needs a bit of TLC though, so it might be a part 2. We need to use that drain guy's tricks to clear this because it's completely blocked with leaves. So what it's been doing is overflowing because the leaves are given the wrong height within the top up. Broke though, that's straight through. Shout out that drain guy. Pool's not looking too bad, just got to give her a hoover though. I think I'm going to come back though, give it some proper TLC. We'll hoover up for now, get her operational, run the vac round, get all these leaves out. It's not looking too bad, but we're coming back, jumping for the next one. How we doing? So I've got a part 2 on this one. It come up alright last time, but we want to give it a deep clean. We're going to check behind here. Got some help. Hello. You might know who he is. Yeah, this hasn't been open for like 8 years. So behind here is like a little mini ecosystem. We'll rehome all these guys though. We'll shovel up all the leaves we can get. Now it's noisy hoover time. So that's the bench cleaned, the mechanism cleaned. It's as good as new behind here now. We're going to give these copings a go, try and get them pearly white. Got the jet washer on hand. We'll back the pool out, all the debris that's fallen in. Mechanism covers are back on again, nice and white. Pearly whites on the copings though. We'll check the pool out, and that's a deep clean for you. Jumping for the next one.
Question: why do pools go green?
Really simple one this. Pools go green because the chlorine level hits 0. So algae spores constantly land in the water, but because the chlorine's there, it stops them from growing. Once the chlorine hits 0, the algae takes hold and you get an algae bloom and it turns the pool green. So now you know.